What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. And in today's video, I'll be doing a quick overview of all of the LEGO Spider-Man Far From Home minifigures from the new sets. Now, these are just segments taken from my full reviews, so if you'd like to see my thoughts on each of the sets, you can go ahead and check those out. But in the meantime, this video will just be taking a look at the minifigures. So without further ado, here are the minifigures from Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay, so up first we have Stealth Suit Spider-Man, which is loosely based on the Spider-Man Noir look, mostly on the head here. But as you can see, he came with some web pieces, and this can attach to Molten Man, which you saw at the beginning, and you'll see at the end of this video. So that's that. And then this web piece has a clear piece in his hand that builds out, and now all of these web pieces combine to build one big one. And then, of course, there's these smaller webs like this one, and then there's the web handcuffs, which we've gotten in several Spider-Man sets in the past. But overall, taking a look at the figure itself, it's a really great-looking figure. Lots of great torso printing there. I believe that's supposed to be a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo, but we'll find out when the movie comes out. Great leg printing here. It's not dual molded, though, so it's just printing on the front of the legs, but overall, it's a really, really nice-looking Spider-Man figure, and even though we haven't seen the movie yet, I'm pretty sure this is one of my favorite MCU Spider-Man suits to date, just because it looks so darn good. And step aside Tony Stark, because there's a new hero in the MCU, and it's the Fireman from this set. So, obviously, this is a total throwaway character, and it's just kind of humorous because Spider-Man's battling a molten hero, but I really think that this figure space was wasted. I think that this should have been Ned in this set. Now, I have no idea if Ned will even be in this scene, but it's really high time that we get a Ned figure. But in any case, it's just a pretty average-looking firefighter. I will say that the little fire extinguisher here is pretty ingenious. One of the old flintlock pistols with a little clip piece that goes into a Technic piece that goes into a little Technic converter piece here. So overall, that's a pretty unique design, but not enough for me to be okay with this figure versus Ned. But then again, this figure is going to save the day in Endgame, so, well, I guess it makes sense that he's totally here. Next up is Mysterio, who I'm super excited to have as a LEGO minifigure because, well, he's my favorite Marvel villain. So a lot of people are curious about the bubble helmet here, and it's a new piece for his bubble helmet, but underneath it's just a silverish gray reflective head there, which is really nice, and then the helmet pops on top of that. Now, of course, he does have a spongy cape, and maybe I'm crazy, but it doesn't seem as bulky around the neck as spongy capes usually tend to be, so that's nice. And then he's got new torso and leg printing, and he's got these blue power blasts, so when you hold up his arm like this, and you push this against the body, it shoots that out of the hand just like that. Now, I will say that the Mysterio in this set is the same as the Molten Man set and the Stark Jet, so if you're just looking to get Mysterio, you can get him from any of the Far From Home sets. So up first is Spider-Man, and it's really disappointing that this is the Homecoming figure. Now, I'm sure that the Homecoming suit is going to show up in this movie, but as we all know from the trailers and leaked images and things like that, Spider-Man's going to have a suit that looks exactly like this, but instead of blue, it's going to have black detailing. So it's definitely a disappointment to get yet another version of a figure that we already have several of, but all in all, it is a nice figure if you don't already have the Homecoming figure, and I'm not knocking this figure, it's just I really would have rather had something new. And if you guys watch my videos, you know that I don't really pick on LEGO sets too much, but I'm about to do a rant that's going to give Just Too Good a run for his money. Oh my gosh, what an awful, awful figure this is. This is supposed to be Happy Hogan from the Iron Man movies. Like, what on earth? The only thing that looks like Happy Hogan is the fact that he's wearing a suit. This head looks nothing like Jon Favreau. I mean, he doesn't even have a goatee. What's up with this hair? This is absolutely, hands down, the worst LEGO Marvel figure that LEGO has ever put out. It's absolutely awful. It looks nothing like Jon Favreau. I would have rather this just been like some random S.H.I.E.L.D. agent or literally just been the pilot of the freaking ship. It just looks so bad. It's such a sorry excuse of a figure, and literally, the only good thing I have to say about it is this gun here. The gun is kind of violent for a LEGO gun, and that's kind of cool, but otherwise, man, what a terrible figure this is. Now, this is the other side, and I guess that head is cool, but seriously, this looks more like Bruce Banner than it does like Happy Hogan, and it is just such a sorry example of a minifigure, and man, I'm gonna cut myself off, but such a terrible minifigure. And last but certainly not least, we've got the saving grace of this set, and that is Nick Fury. Now, this is a really, really great looking figure, and probably the main reason that most people will actually want this set. He's got a new head that doesn't look like any Nick Fury we've gotten before. A little extra detail there, and it really looks like Sam Jackson. Then the torso here is really nice with the shield logo and the belt and the way that the coat, I guess, travels down to the legs there. Sorry, getting tongue-tied. But it's a really, really nice looking figure. I feel like we've seen these legs in Star Wars sets before, but correct me if I'm wrong. I honestly don't know. He's got this double-barreled sci-fi pistol gun here that looks really good, and overall, this is definitely my favorite figure from this set, and if I'm being honest, it might be one of my favorite figures from the entire Far From Home line. I mean, Mysterio is pretty great, pretty hard to argue with, but Nick Fury being an OG MCU character, it's really cool to see him so well represented in this set. He's even got the little scarring around his eye that just looks so good, and I absolutely love this figure. So, big thumbs up for Nick Fury. I absolutely love the way that this figure looks straight out of the box. Okay, so our first minifigure is Peter Parker / Spider-Man, and it's a really, really cool look. So he's got all these web pieces that he comes with. Before I start breaking down the minifigure, it's got these web handcuffs, which we've seen before, and then there's two of these web pieces that you can put in this clear piece that he holds in his hand. So let's get those webs out of there so you can take a closer look at the minifigure. And the figure itself is pretty cool. You can see he's got a hoodie on with the Spider-Man costume coming out from where his shirt's unbuttoned there. Then he's got the Scott Lang head, which is disappointing. I would have liked to get a new head, but oh well. And then he's got this beanie cap here with the Spider-Man logo printed on it, as if he's putting on his suit. And when you flip that around, he's got a scared face, which I think looks a little too old for Tom Holland, but I guess that this side works. Now, I will say, too, that it comes with a brown hairpiece you can put on there, and when you put that hairpiece on, I guess that looks like Tom Holland, but it just doesn't look as youthful as I would have liked, so it's an okay figure, but it's definitely best without the head, so I definitely recommend finding a custom head that you like, and of course, you can check out the customs on my channel to see if I've done something that you might want to use for your figure. So next up is HydroMan, and this is an interesting figure. So there's only printing on the face, and then the torso on the front and back of both of those. So you can see he's got some bubbles coming up, there's some waves coming up his back there, and it's a neat figure, but man, what I wouldn't have done for this to be like a see-through translucent figure, especially with like translucent arms or legs, kind of like what we saw on Electro in the Spider-Man sets a few years ago, but I understand that those figures could look pretty similar pretty quick. So overall, it's a great looking figure, but I think it leaves a little bit to be desired, but luckily my channel is mostly about customs, so I'll definitely be upgrading this one in the near future. And last is MJ, aka Michelle, and it's a really nice looking figure as far as the head is concerned. I think that the rest of the figure leaves a lot to be desired. It's just plain black legs, it's this red shirt with the gray hoodie that we've seen a million times in other sets, a new face, which is nice, and then this hair that really looks nothing like Zendaya's hair in the Spider-Man movies. But you can flip it around, and she's got a smirk on this side, and then a puzzled look on this side. And, of course, the head really does look like the character, but the rest is just awful. So I'll definitely be upgrading this on my channel very soon. Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed this quick overview. If you love LEGO and you love superheroes, be sure to click that subscribe button for more content just like this, including LEGO reviews and custom tutorials. So thanks so much for tuning in, I'll see you guys on the next video, and until next time, build on. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.